Alright guys, welcome back. So time to proceed with the story. Talk to
Wolf.
Kuro.
I am relieved to see that you are safe.
And Al,
I killed him,
I am sorry.
Lord Kuro.
I am sorry.
I did what had to be done.
Wolf, thank you.
My father, this was in his possession.
This branch. It's from the Everblossom tree? I see. So Al had it.
Yes, we are a step closer to the Fountainhead Incense.
Yes. Yes, that's right, Wolf. I must remain vigilant. Wolf, I'm sure this is the last ingredient for the aroma.
What is it?
The blood of the divine heir of the dragon's heritage. In other words, my blood.
Your blood? But my lord, you cannot bleed.
Yes, it is true that those of the dragon's heritage cannot bleed. However, in Lord Genichiro's quarters, I found a curious journal belonging to Lord Takeru's page.
Again, Sekiro being one of the original
For now,
heir of
I'd like to
divine
ask you to
blood
keep
or
this
whatever.
for me.
So an old diary entry written by Takero's page. Lord Takero held his arm over the incense burner and attempted to cut it with a sword, but incredibly his wound healed instantly and not a drop of blood was shed. Lady Tomoe said, "Without it, your blood cannot be spilled." What could she be referring to, I wonder?
Now then, we
Talking
just
about the
need to
mortal blade.
figure out how to make me bleed.
Perhaps we should ask Lady Emma.
As a doctor, she should have much knowledge of the human body. Yes, she may be able to help us.
Alright, so we're going to talk to Emma.
The Everblossom tree that Lord Takeru brought from his homeland? Someone cut a branch from the tree and took the flowers for themselves. Without its flowers, the Everblossom was unable to survive. Eventually,
We already talked about that.
Master Wolf, it looked your brow. Please. Goodbye.
Okay.
I asked Lady Emma.
You did? What did she say?
The tree is called an Everblossom. Lord Takeru brought it here from the divine realm, but it has withered away and no longer remains.
I see.
However, it is said that someone plucked a branch from the Everblossom and stole off with it.
Who would do such a thing? What's
Our
next
Father.
is lost. Finding a stolen tree branch? We have no information to go on. Let us gather what we can for the aroma first.
As you wish. My lord, I've procured the flower for the Fountainhead aroma.
Oh? Was it truly blooming in the sunken valley?
Yes, deep within the valley.
So that is where the Fountainhead waters pool deeply. You've done well to acquire this, Wolf.
Alright.
Wolf, that sword on your back.
It is the
Yes, it's the mortal blade. The sword that can kill those that cannot
It was
die.
given to me by the divine.
The divine child?
The monks at Senpo Temple abandoned the ways of their faith in pursuit of immortality. The result is those who have false dragon's heritage, known as the divine children of the rejuvenating waters.
A false dragon's heritage. I never would have thought. Wait, divine children?
Yes, many were created, but only one survived.
Further proof of the corruption this power brings to man. The ties of immortality must be severed.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, and
Wolf, perhaps might you act?
let's talk to Emma again.
Yes, what?
Can the divine heir be made to bleed?
Why would you seek to...
The blood of the divine to obtain the dragon and achieve
Oh, it is true that the divine heir's blood... However...
the mortal.
Yes, here you
Alright, so basically they're saying Immortal Severance scrap, part of the book of Immortal Severance left behind by Sekiro. With the mortal blade in hand, my blood may be shed. With my blood, the aroma will be complete. The divine realm will be in reach. Immortal Severance will be at hand. I must ask Tomoe to assist with the beheading.
By Lord Takeru?
It was. With the mortal blade, you may wound the divine heir, and his blood will be allowed to flow.
I see. This brings us one step closer to immortal severance. I shall tell my lord.
Of course.
All right, so getting towards the last bit of dialogue here.
Wolf, did you speak? And
That it could be.
I see. So the mortal.
As you wish.
This should be all of the necessary ingredients, Wolf. Burn.
As you wish.
Burn the incense. So we're gonna burn it, and the only thing that we'll have to add is the divine heir's blood.
My lord.
Wolf, the mortal blade. Fear not. I will only make a shallow cut. Would you draw the mortal blade from me?
Yes, my lord.
Forgive me, but close your eyes.
Yes, my lord.
So Wolf's gonna close his eyes.
It's over now, Wolf.
All right.
How is the wound?
I just made a small cut on my chest.
Probably could have cut his hand, right? But okay.
Is the Fountainhead it's
I see.
well,
The aroma found those words have...
It's just as Lord Takeru wrote. But how can the Fountainhead Palace be
A sweetly scented bridal offer that was written on the altar where the fragrant stone was placed.
Yes. You now carry the... I believe the path leading to the Fountain immortality shall soon be severed.
As you wish.
All right. So that brings us to the next step. We're gonna go ahead and rest. Let's go ahead and travel up. I think we have to do an eavesdrop. Let's travel up here and then come back down. I believe we have to eavesdrop on Emma and Kuro talking here to achieve one of the 3 endings, not the one that we're going for. We're pretty much complete as far as what we need to do as far as our ending, but I want to show. Alright, so no, we don't have to. Let's talk to Emma one more time, make sure we don't miss anything.
I'm glad you... Master, will it look your... Please.
Alright, and talk to Kuro one more time.
I hope... Oh.
My lord.
Ah,
Alright, so we got a sweet rice ball.
Dragon tears. I will obtain them.
yes.
Alright, cool. So we got the dragon tear, or the sweet rice ball from Kuro. Let's go ahead and... It's going to be annoying, but let's travel one more time. You don't want to miss the dialogue. This is for the ending where Sekiro will sacrifice himself in order to save the divine child. It's called the Purification Ending. Alright, so they're not talking, so we're going to go ahead and proceed. Go ahead and travel to the... Which one was it? Was it the depths? Yep, the wedding cave door. This is where we fought the corrupted monk for the first time. Alright, cool. So now that we're here, move down into the cave. And we're going to go back up where we found that original stone. And basically we bring the item inside. And you see the rope. It's kind of a symbol of what's going to pick us up here. Little cool cinematic. No idea what this next guy is, but it's pretty cool. We'll just call this a rope guy. And for some reason he has a massive penis. So he's going to walk us up. And this is how you reach the Fountainhead Palace. I thought this was going to be a boss at first, and I was like, oh, I don't know how we're going to take this out, but nope. He's just a big old Uber. He's going to dramatically slam his body into the wall. A little dab on him. And we're going to crawl out of his fingertips and arrive at Fountainhead Palace. Now, this can be a little bit challenging of an area, considered very late game as far as the enemies go. There's all different types of enemies, and this is going to be a multi-video area. So, pretty easy to progress through, but there is a lot to handle. So, a lot of side stories and whatnot. There's a headless, a Shichiman warrior, a couple mini-bosses, a couple main bosses, and a couple side quests that we're going to want to complete. And zip line up. And we're going to rest and prepare for a main boss fight. So even though we just got out of one, we're going to go ahead and get ready for another one. Let's go ahead and spend our stuff on spirit emblems. And we have 4 prayer beads. Go ahead and use those. And we have a memory of the Owl Father. Let's go ahead and use that. So now we're fully ready. Alright, so the next boss we're going to fight is a version of a boss that we already fought before. And he is not going to be too big of an issue. Do we need anything crazy? We're going to go ahead and use the Ceremonial Tanto just because I like having a few extra spirit emblems. So that gives us a total of 22. And make sure you have the fan. So here we have the real corrupted monk, not the apparition, but the fight remains very much the same, except now it is a 3-phase fight instead of a 1-phase fight. But same kind of combat style, slow sweeping attacks. It's got a thrust attack. It's going to have some apparitions. Anytime she jumps, we're going to use the umbrella, just like we did with Owl Father. Oh, I missed that deflect. That was not the deflect I wanted to miss. Here comes the thrust. Oh, if you deflect that last one perfectly, she does a thrust attack. And it's pretty simple to carry it, but... oh my goodness. Bad start, bad start. Let's get a death blow on her for phase 1, and we'll get our resurrection node back. Jump on her head for some posture. She's also weak to the Sabimaru, but we're not going to use that because I like using the umbrella. Alright, phase 1 is complete. Now for phase 2, you can kind of cheese some of it. I'm going to show you how to do that. She's going to disappear. You're going to jump up here and jump down here and immediately target her. And then stealth kill her. There she was going to summon a bunch of apparitions, and the apparitions would have basically made it very difficult for us to do anything. We would have had to kind of jump from tree to tree for about a minute, but if you get up there quick enough and target her, you can do a stealth kill on her and push phase 2 immediately. Phase 3 is pretty simple, except the terror attack that she's going to do, and you'll see that right there. If that thing breathes on you, it'll increase your terror. Basically the centipede that's making her immortal. Same thing with the Guardian Ape. And you're going to just continue to punish. Now she hits like a truck, so you can see right there. Make sure you're deflecting, or at least blocking. Try not to get greedy. I've been getting kind of greedy on some of these. Yep, I got greedy. Alright, yeah, don't get greedy on those. 1 or 2 hits. Don't go for 4 or 5 like that. Just this concept of this game is slow as smooth, smooth as fast. Sometimes the phase 2 transition won't work, and you'll have to deal with phase 2, but phase 2 is actually pretty simple. Just going to do much of the same. There we go. Now we got the counter. And we're going to use our mortal draw. Again, take advantage of all the perilous attacks that you can counter. There we go. Posture is really high right now. Oh man, I fucked up that one. There we go. Got that one. See if she does a jump. There we go. Alright, back to the phase 2, so we're gonna hop up. Wait till we see her. Sometimes she won't appear, and this is when you're gonna have to do phase 2 legitimately. And the apparitions are a pain in the ass to deal with. If they kill you, she'll just respawn, and you'll have to deal with her the old-fashioned way. Get off the tree, Sekiro, come on. Boom. Get some health damage on her. I don't know how that went through my block. I deflected it. Akiri. Heal up. Use the shield. The shield is a big crutch in these fights. Huge crutch. Doing much better on the deflects now. There we go. Alright, pushing back into phase 3. I'm going to go ahead and use a gourd real quick. And we're just going to play it safe in phase 3. She always leads with this whirlwind attack if you start off close to her. So just deflect as best you can. There we go. 1, 2, and then go back to defense. 1, 2, back to defense. 1, 2. When she chains them together, just jump and then deflect. Oh my goodness, I was deflecting. Go ahead and heal up again. Miss Raven is also really good for this boss fight because you can use it to get behind her. I'm on a mortal draw here. The mortal draw works because she is considered immortal. So the mortal draw, being able to kill immortal beings, is beneficial against her. I don't know how I keep missing the spin. I gotta work on my timing on that. Use the fan. Gotta stop getting hit by... Whew. That was close. Alright, she is almost dead and I am not in a good situation. Boom. There we go. Corrupted Monk down. That is my least favorite boss fight, I think. Alright, cool. So, True Monk, the corrupted monk guarded the bridge leading to the Fountainhead Palace. Basically, just she's a guardian of the cave and of the palace. So now let me check my notes. Alright, cool. So we don't have to do any backtracking right now. So we got the Dragon's Tally Board. This is really good because it helps the merchants have restockable items. Basically makes it so that you can buy more from merchants throughout the game, which you will need going in these late game bosses. As you can see, they step up a notch in difficulty. That's definitely one of the more challenging bosses in the game. Go ahead and rest. And we'll take a look at what we're getting ourselves into here. So this is Fountainhead Palace. We're going to be making our way all the way across to the top of that hill. And basically going to start by jumping down this way. So all the enemies here are like immortal, crazy fish-like animals. And there's a huge giant carp that is in the water. So at this point in the game is when we're going to start heading back and doing our carp missions, because there is another carp guy out here that is a possible vendor. So we're going to go ahead and stop here and pick up the next episode right where we left off.